there, my name's Sam and you're watching my channel Sew Let's Sparkle with Sam, and this is my Friday sews video on a Sunday. Now I did use my my community tag on YouTube. I wasn't quite sure how that worked, but I think I did it right. And just let you all know that I wouldn't be posting my video on Friday and I'll be posting it today on Sunday, because I've had a very exciting week. I've also had a very exhausting week, and I've also been back to work. So it just wasn't possible for me to get everything edited, everything filmed, everything done to give you a video on Friday. So I hope you don't mind. It's Sunday and it's Friday sews. So hello. And yeah, so I have had a very exciting week. Now, before I forget, because I always forget, what I am wearing today is I am wearing a Sagebrush top. A little look. And it is the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush top, which I do a lot, which I make a lot. It's one of my favourite go-to tops. It's just a lovely top for, you know, jeans and a nice top kind of days. And yeah, my Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush. The fabric came from where I work at the lovely Carolyn Rose, but I don't, in fact, no, we definitely haven't got any of this left anymore. But it's just a nice cotton poplin, so it's beautiful to wear. So that's what I'm wearing today. And yeah, so you want to hear all about my sparkle sewcation. So for those of you who watched my last week's video, on Friday I was off on my lovely train journey to Durham to visit my lovely friend Karen in Durham, who is on Instagram, Two Pink Shadows, because it was a very special birthday. And so I was going up and we were going to have a get together, have a bit of a birthday shindig and do some sewing, because that's what makes us happy. So yeah, so those of you that follow me on Instagram will have seen a few of my stories where I kind of let you know what we were doing day to day, and we had a fabulous time. So I'm going to try, with the magic of technology, to add in kind of videos and photos and things as I talk. I don't know how it's quite going to work. We will see. And anything that I don't manage to add in with the magic of editing, I will pop on at the end. So you will see what I got up to up at the end of the video. So I'm going to take you through it step by step. So Friday, I got the train to Durham from Leamington Spa, which is where I lived. It was quite an exciting train journey. The train was absolutely ram-packed of people going up north for the weekend. As you can imagine, I was travelling on a train with all of my projects. I took a lot. In fact, actually, I ended up taking too many. We had far too much fun to do all of that sewing. But I would have been sad if I hadn't taken them. So I needed to take them, and I had my sewing machine, and I had a rucksack, and I had all of the other essentials that you need when you're going away for nearly a week. So I had quite a lot of stuff with me. I obviously, you sewers will understand, I obviously didn't want to leave my sewing machine in a communal rack with all of the other luggage, so I brought that to my seat with me. So I had that sat under my legs. So as well as having very restricted seating, I also had my legs kind of crushed into one side. So it wasn't the most comfortable journey, but at least me and my sewing machine and all my luggage got to Durham safely. And that takes me on to getting off the train at Durham. So there I am with all of my luggage, looking around for Karen, because Karen very kindly said that she was going to come and pick me up from the train station, so I didn't have to get taxis and things with all of my luggage, which was very sweet, very kind of her. And so there's me, you know, looking around, meerkat looking around the Durham station. I didn't need to look very far, because there she was, Karen and the lovely Marie, with this, and I kid you not, I have a video, 4-foot banner with "So Let's Sparkle with Sam." I was so embarrassed. It was just so embarrassing. But apparently that was to get me back for telling everybody that Karen was 60. So I apologise, Karen. I'm really, really sorry that I told everybody that you were 60. But yeah, it was fun. I have to say, there was lots of people. I think they were very disappointed when they saw me and there wasn't like, you know, some kind of famous person coming, and it was just little old me. But, you know, I'm sorry, people of Durham, if you were disappointed, but I had a lovely week. Thank you very much. So yeah, so that was Friday. Arriving, and then we travelled to Karen's house and then packed up all of the other sewing bits that we needed for the week. And Karen is so organised. I learnt so much from her organised sewing space. She has a space for everything, and everything is all labelled. And oh yeah, I got so much sewing inspiration from looking around Karen's house. And then so we packed everything up, had a quick nip to the supermarket, make sure that we had everything, and then we went we went to the holiday cottage, which I have to say was gorgeous. We all had our own rooms. Karen had set up the hot tub there. We had a lovely everything you can possibly need in the kitchen. We had a utility room, so we could even have a washing machine. So if we happened to buy any fabrics anywhere, like perhaps if we went, you know, to any fabric shops in Durham, we had, you know, all of that. So it was lovely. So we didn't get any sewing done on Friday. We just kind of all caught up with each other. Some people didn't know each other, so it was just nice to kind of, yeah, have a chat, relax, glass of wine, chill, and yeah, so that was a really nice chilled out day. And then we woke up on Saturday and then properly kind of set up, not only for sewing, but also set up for Karen's birthday party, which was on the Sunday, because we had extra people coming for the Sunday. And so yeah, so we kind of had a day, and I have to say the days just went in a blur. I don't even know where all the time went. It was just so lovely to catch up. I think, you know, just having that time with crafters and to just talk sewing and knowing that they're not going to glaze over on you. So that was really good fun. And then Sunday was Karen's birthday, and hopefully you'll hear us singing to her.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you.
You see what it says on it? It doesn't say 60 because you know you're taking the challenge. It says 21, 21, 18.
We had afternoon tea. We ate far too much food. We drank quite a lot of gin, and it was just a lovely day. And we ended it all in the hot tub. So it was just a lovely, magical day. So thank you to all of Karen's friends for making me feel so welcome and so invited. It was just so lovely to meet you all, and I had a really lovely time. And so on Monday, so most of the other guests went home, and it was just the hardcore sewers left. So it was just me, Marie and Karen who were there for the rest of the sewing. And we had a sewing day on Sunday. So that's when I got my knickers sewn, because, you know, it's always good to start with pants, isn't it? So I used the lovely Andrea Beyond the Pink Door. She sent me 2 knits kits, and I managed to make 5 pairs of the acacia knickers. And I've still got, I mixed up the fabrics, but I've still got enough. So I only used 1 lot of elastic and lace in 1 set, and I got 5 pairs of pants out of that. And so I've got the other set of elastic and lace. So I've got enough jersey to make at least 5 pairs, if not a little bit more. I might need to buy, if I want to make more, might need to buy a little bit more lace and elastic. So I'm gonna have to set aside another day to do the rest of those. But 5 pairs I thought was pretty good, considering we weren't just sewing, we were doing lots of nattering and lots of other things. And we ended every evening we took turns in cooking. So we would cook a meal, have a drink, get in the hot tub. So it was just lovely, because when you've been sewing all day, and particularly, I don't know about you, but I tend to hold a lot of my stress in my shoulders. So to be able to kind of sew all day and then just like relax in the hot tub was wonderful, really good for your soul. And then Tuesday was a very exciting day. Tuesday we decided that I couldn't come all of that way and not go and visit First for Fabrics. So I had messaged Tamlyn before and said, I'm very excited, we're coming up to First for Fabrics. When will be a good day? When will we be able to see you? And she said, oh, I'm around on Tuesday. So we went and we saw the lovely Tamlyn, and I popped some shots up there. And I think at the end I'll kind of merge some footage together of bits that we did. And yeah, and it was lovely. She was wonderful. She made us feel so welcome. Karen was indeed very excited after all of her birthday shenanigans, and yeah, and it was just lovely. She had some birthday money to spend, so, and yeah, and we definitely helped her spend it. So yeah, we bought quite a few fabrics from there, and actually I will show you what I bought. So I treated myself to a few fabrics at First for Fabrics, and this is the first one. So I think I bought 2.5 meters of this one, and it's a stretch cotton, and as you can see, it's got a very, I think it's navy blue rather than black background, and then it's got these lovely kind of abstract but shapes, which beautiful colours, which I absolutely love. And if anybody's got any ideas of what I might make with these, let me know. I didn't really go with any hard and fast ideas for this. I just fell in love with it. I just thought it was lovely, and I don't really have any fabrics like this in my stash, so I wanted to grab it when I could. I did initially think about the Lyra dress or some kind of shirt dress, but I'm not 100% sure, but that might be one option for that. So that's gorgeous. And then this one I love. Those of you that know, I love green. I do love a green, and I just couldn't resist this. Oh, by the way, the reason that you can see overlocking threads is these have already been washed. They have been done. They've been overlocked. They've been washed, all ready to go. So they are just going to be put away. So they are ready to sew. And then, yeah, I got this gorgeous viscose, and I've got 2 meters of this. 2 meters tends to do me a dress, or yeah, so I tend to be okay with 2 meters, and it's quite a lightweight fabric, so it'll probably be something short sleeved or summery, but again, not entirely sure what I'm going to be making with that, but I'll have fun planning. So if you've got any ideas for that one, let me know. And then this one I think might be one of my favorites of all time. I just absolutely love this, and I've got a couple of options for this. So this gorgeous cotton jersey, I just love it. You kind of got like little rainbow shapes. You've got like all kinds of, some of them look like hearts, all kind of abstract-y shape. Lovely bright colours, but on a dark background, which I absolutely adore. And what I'm going to make is probably one of two things. The first thing, the absolute first thing that I thought of was, I've just recently made the new look dress. I'll put the number below because I always forget the number, but with the ties on the waist. And I made it, I'll pop up the one that I've made in the khaki kind of grown-up camouflage fabric, and I love wearing that. It's so comfortable. So my first thought was another one of those, but the other thing is I do love a Tilly and the Buttons Freya with a cowl neck, and it's coming up to kind of autumn winter here, and I can just see me living in that. but if I made that, I would have quite a bit of fabric left, so I don't know whether I could perhaps make a t-shirt with it as well. So yeah, so lots of options for that. Or I might make the dress with it and then just go on the First for Fabrics website and buy some more and make a frail with it as well. Could do that, couldn't I? That's an option. And then this last one, this one was definitely Maz made me do it. Maz made me do it. So I work at a lovely fabric shop called Carolyn Rose. Those of you who watch me will know that. And I work with a lovely lady called Maz, and she is Mazzles Makes on Instagram. And she we'd been talking, I'd made the Donny shirt, told her about it, we'd been talking about Donny shirt, and she was like, I really want to make a Donny shirt. And then on Instagram, while I was away at my Sewcation, she'd made hers absolutely gorgeous. I put a picture of her up here in her Donny shirt, and she'd made it with this fabric, this gorgeous viscose kind of gold blocks. It reminds me a bit of Duracell batteries, you know, if you like that kind of thing. And she looked absolutely, I mean, she looked stunning in everything, but she looked absolutely stunning in it. And so I bought this purely and simply because I just loved the fabric, and I loved Maz in her Donny shirt, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make me a Donny shirt in that too. So we'll just have to, you know, we'll have to chat so we don't end up as fabric twins in the shop, but I don't think it will really matter if we do. No one will mind. But yeah, so sorry, Maz made me do it, so I had to buy that fabric. So that was my fabric haul while we were at First for Fabrics. And yeah, and had a lovely chat with the lovely Tamlyn. We did have time to chat, actually. It was fascinating. I realised, it's funny, isn't it, when you start talking to people, we had a lot more in common than I thought, you know, particularly our kind of backgrounds and career backgrounds, you know, slightly different age groups and things, but definitely same kind of teaching experiences, which was really interesting. And isn't it funny how people that have quite stressful jobs kind of just vacate to kind of crafting. They tend, you know, oh, this is all too stressful, let's do some crafting, let's do something sewing related, let's do something fabric related. So yeah, it was really interesting, really nice. And that was Tuesday. And it had gone by in an absolute flash. But Tuesday afternoon we got home, we had some lunch, and then we did a little bit more sewing. So I started on my Patina blouse that I'd taken with me. Now, I was really hoping that I was going to be able to wear my Patina blouse for this video, because I was thinking, oh, I'll get that finished in the week and I'll be able to wear it, but I haven't quite. But let me just show you. I've got it on my mannequin here, and as you can see, she is nearly finished. And I've got these lovely buttons that I bought from the lovely Becky from Jazz and Wow. And these were the original buttons that I was going to put on this blouse. However, when we were away, I'd taken my Janome with me, not my Benina machine. And my Benina is my go-to one that I put buttonholes, that I use for buttonholes. Now, that's not because my Janome can't do buttonholes, it's just because I hadn't used the buttonhole function on it before. But the reason I took it away was I thought it would be a good opportunity to do it. And I had a little bit of problems, and again, it was user error. It wasn't the machine, it was me. And what I hadn't realised that I was doing is that I'd programmed it all to do it, but I had a piece of fabric that was under, because I wasn't in my normal sewing room and I kind of had my machine set up, it was under my table, and so it made my table lift. So the sensor thought that that was the end of the buttonhole, so it just kept stopping, but I couldn't figure it out. So I ended up having to kind of unpick a little bit. And so when I did that, and once I got the buttonhole function working, it was working perfectly every time, and it was absolutely fine. So to disguise a little bit of unpicking, I decided that instead of doing the buttonholes in this cream thread that matched in, I did it in pink instead, because there's pink in the shirt and I had pink with me and I thought it would look quite nice, and it does. And I'm really happy. I'm actually really happy with the buttonholes. But I'd bought yellow buttons because the yellow, to match the yellow in here. Now, if I'd have been a clever lady, I would have used yellow thread. But I'm not. I used pink. But all was not lost, because when I got home, I did do, I'll show you a little bit of footage. I did hand sew the label in. Sorry about that. I just had a memory card full incident, so I had to just go and sort some bits out. That'll learn me for filming far too much when I'm away and not storing it before I start filming my Sewcation video. So I was just saying that I did a bit of hand sewing on the train, which got me, because we were sat still, the train journey home from Durham, we were sat still. We had a points problem at Doncaster and we just sat and not moved for over 2 hours. So yeah, I decided to get my shirt out and do a bit of hand sewing, and it did get a few kind of wry smiles and little looks over at me doing it, but you know, I'm not one to waste an opportunity for sewing time, so I got it out and did the label in the back. But I'll pop you a little bit of footage of that. But yeah, when I got to work and told my boss Carolyn about the Patina blouse, because this lovely star fabric, in fact I will put this below because this is still available at Carolyn Rose. It's an organic cotton. It's beautiful to sew with. It feels so lovely, and I think it's going to be one of those lovely fabrics that's going to be great for summer and autumn and winter. But yeah, so when I got back, I told her about my button problem, and also, you know, kind of talked to her about the machine, because we use the machines together, and she was like, oh yeah, you know, you do need to make sure it's nice and level, because of the one-stop button facility. It does it all for you, but it needs a level playing field to start, which of course I kind of knew that, but you know, I got a bit overexcited with my new machine. Anywho, she said, oh, we've got some lovely Bonfanti buttons that would go lovely with that fabric. So bless her heart, she let me take some of these. Now, I don't know whether you're going to get a good look at them. They're like a pastel-y pink, and they actually match the pink flower that's on the fabric. And I'll try and get some better photos so I can show you. But she gave me these, and they're little pink flower buttons. And I've got enough to do those. So today is Sunday, and so Sunday night we've got a couple of Australian Lego Masters to catch up on, so I will be sewing buttons on the Patina blouse, and hopefully I'll be able to get it finished and I'll be able to wear it to work on Tuesday. But this Patina blouse did take me quite a lot of time on my Sewcation, because there was quite a few things that it's my first time I've made any kind of blouse like this. First time I've put a collar on in this way. So yeah, I did a lot of learning journey, and as I said, I was also doing a lot of chatting. So yeah, it took me a little bit longer than I was hoping. So I didn't get a lot of my other projects done, but I will show you some of the other things I did get done. I'm just going to move this back. I'll be back with you in a second. So I'm just leading across, excuse me. Another thing that I said that I wanted to get done was to make up. Next week I'm going to see the lovely Catherine. I have been so lucky. I've seen so many beautiful, wonderful sewing people of the sewing community recently, but I'm going to go and see the lovely Catherine, and she's invited me over for afternoon tea before her little sewing social next week. Which is lovely. But the reason I'm going to a sewing social is I'm in the area because our lovely godchildren live very close to Catherine, and so I wanted to make the girls some t-shirts out of some lovely fabric that I'd got from our local charity shop. And here they are. So I've made these 2 t-shirts. This one is the same on the front and the back from the Encanto Disney fabric. And then this one, I because it was I'd bought it from a charity shop, so I wasn't quite sure how much I had. So I kind of just guessed that I would have enough. But I did have this lovely peachy jersey in my stash, so I took that with me, and I'm glad I did, because in this one I had to get the back panel out. I have got a few little remnants of it left, and I might make them some little pants to perhaps go in their Christmas box with the remnants. But yeah, so I did manage to get those sewn up, so I was really pleased with that. And then another little sewing project was not one that I'd planned actually, but when I got there, my lovely friend Karen, she makes these beautiful, absolutely gorgeous needle cases. And I'll put a video in now of one that she'd made for her friend Marie and one that she's made for herself, just to give you an idea. And so, as you can see, aren't they beautiful? So she very kindly kind of just gave me the outline of how to make them, and sent me away with the canvas cut to the size that I needed. And I said, well, don't worry about any of the other bits and pieces, because I know that I've got all of those kinds of things at home. So although I didn't get that sewn up while I was there, I did do a lot of planning. I had my notebook and stuff. I did a lot of planning, and as soon as I got home, I've made a start. So this is a bit of a surprise for Karen as well. So I have made a start on the front page. So as you can see, I've sewn down here, so I've kind of got a spine to my needle case. And then obviously I'm going to put all of the pages in, but this is just the front cover. And then I've just put a little elastic and a button in there. I've put some lovely trims. I've got my little tape measure trim. I've got lots of lovely Liberty scraps. I've got some Specky Seamstress bias binding. I just had a little bit left over, but it had the whole saying, it's what's on the inside that counts. And so I really didn't want to waste it. I've been holding on to that for ages, not really knowing what to do with it, but I think it looks great on there. And yeah, so I've made a start on that, and I'm going to make my own little needle case, because then every time I open it, hopefully it will bring me memories of the Sewcation. So yeah. Do you know what? I've just realised I have been talking for ages and ages, and I could go on and on and on about all of the wonderful things that I did on the Sewcation. But I just wanted to say that, you know, if you've got sewing buddies, you know, I would highly recommend just taking a little bit of time out and spending some time sewing together, because honestly, I just felt my soul had been well and truly fed by the whole experience. Yeah, and I kind of came back and felt like I could take on the world. And it's been really good actually, because when I did get back, I kind of did have to take on the world. I've had there's been lots of things going on in my personal life as well. It's all been a little bit stressful. You know, everything, nothing I can't handle. But it's all been lots and lots, and work has been very busy as well. So yeah, it was just what the doctor ordered, just what I needed. So it was a really, really lovely time. As I said, I am going to put lots of bits at the end, and I might, if there's anything that I've forgotten and I put photos in, I'll do some voiceovers and then fill you in on any extra bits and pieces that we got up to. So yeah, so when I got home, I did do 2 quite exciting things on Friday and Saturday. So on Friday, I was at work, had a great day. At the end of my working day, because on a Friday I'll go all the way through until 8:30, because we do, on a Friday night, we do something called Revive, and Revive workshop is like make, do, amend. So for that, you can come in and we show you, there's a lovely lady called Josephine who runs the workshop. I just help out, and and she shows you how you can revamp your wardrobe, how you can do invisible and visible mending, how you can do small bits of tailoring to make things slightly smaller, slightly bigger, how you can do embellishing, you know, how you can use trims and buttons and all sorts of things. And yeah, and the lovely ladies, we were on, that was our last week. So we'd done 6 weeks of the Revive course, and the lovely ladies, and we have whenever we do a course, if it's a longer course, we try and set up a WhatsApp group, and a couple of the ladies were really keen on kind of doing something to celebrate the end of it. So we went out for pizza at the end, and it was really lovely. And yeah, so again, it was just a nice way to end the week. We went for pizza, and one of the ladies even wore one of her revived tops. So that was pretty special. I didn't manage to wear my revived dress because it was still in 6 pieces, because obviously I'd missed the Friday before. So I have got to do a little bit of homework to get mine finished. But I will tell you about that another time. That was a really interesting project. And then on Saturday, I had a workshop of my own. I taught the free motion embroidery machine, free motion embroidery at Carolyn Rose to a couple of lovely ladies, and that was a really nice session. So yeah, and then all of a sudden it was poof, it's Sunday. And so today I've had a nice relaxed day. I've just done lots of vlogging and filming and editing. So yeah, so this is my Friday sews. I did notice that there was a question for this week all about back to school, if you're doing any back to school sewing. And I'm really sorry if I'm on the wrong week for the wrong question, because I don't often see them in time. And so when I get to answer the question, it's already gone. But the question that I saw was about back to school sewing. And the answer is yes, I have got to do some back to school sewing, because those of you that have watched my channel before know that I take part on a Facebook crafting group, and this month's theme is back to school. So I've got to make something that is back to school themed for my crafting buddy, and that will be sent off later this week. And again, that will be another video for another day. So yeah, I have got to do some back to school sewing, but it is secret sewing that I will tell you about another time. So that's about it for me and my sewing, sparkle sewcation kind of life. And as I said, I'll pop some stuff on the end, and I hope you really enjoy it. Don't forget to sparkle, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye for now. So it is day 3, it is Sunday, it is Karen's birthday, and on our sparkle sewcation, as you can see, the hot tub is behind me. I've got my party frock on. So I have actually, this is not a me made, this is a dress that I bought in the sale in sea salt. Sorry if I've made you feel a bit seasick by doing that. But yeah, it was in the sale, it was £32, and with such a full dress I knew I wouldn't even be able to buy the fabric with that, so I decided to buy myself the dress. I have had to do a little bit of altering on it, but I'm very happy with it. So yeah, so here we are. So it's Karen's birthday today. She's 60, in case I haven't told you that already, and I've been teasing her. I'm afraid when I get to that ripe old age, I'm definitely going to be teased. So I'm getting it in nice and early. So yeah, so we're just waiting for everyone to come, and then we're going to have afternoon tea and a little party, and then when everyone goes today, we're on to sewing proper. So we'll have 4 days of solid sewing. So I thought I'd just kind of catch up with you, let you know what's going on, and give you a little tour of the garden. And you know, there you go. After the party, we all decided to get into the hot tub, make the most of it. Absolutely lovely. Nothing like some bubbles with some bubbles. So while we were sewing, the lovely Marie is a crocheter, and she decided that she was going to use the time to crochet this beautiful jumper from the West Yorkshire Spinners with this beautiful wool for her sister as a present. And she did a sterling job, lots of counting. Definitely not the craft for me, too much counting for me, but Marie did a really good job. So yeah, it was an absolutely lovely week. So much fun was had. Memories forever. Great fun. Little bit of wine, little bit of sewing. Great friends made for life. Hello. So it is the last day of my Sparkle Sewcation, and these are my friends Karen.
Hello.
And Marie.
Hi.
And Karen, you'll know about, because I speak about a lot, is Two Pink Shadows on Instagram. And she is the reason that we are here. So, we've come for our Sewcation, and we're in this beautiful house that's been lent to us by the lovely Janet, who sadly can't be here right now. We've had a fantastic week. It's been brilliant, hasn't it, Karen? What's been your favourite bit?
Having you two and Janet and everybody on Sunday, that was fantastic. But just sewing when we want to and relaxing. Hot tub, really good. But mainly just having my friends here, which is all I wanted. And it's a dream come true, birthday and Sewcation.
Oh, she's lovely. What's been your favourite bit?
Relaxation, friends, bit of a tipple.
I forgot about that.
One or two.
Chocolate. The whole week has been fantastic. Really, really a great place to be, especially with you two.
It's been hilarious.
I've only just met Sam, and it feels like I've known her all of my life.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this again.
We're definitely friends for life now.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you got me for
Oh,
sorry about that.
We're not letting you go. Don't think you're running off back to Leamington Spa. Might not let you get back on the train.
So hopefully, by the powers of technology, I've taken lots of footage this week. So I'll be showing you what we've all been up to. Marie's been doing some very different types of stitching, but I'll go into that and I'll do some voiceovers of things that we've been up to. And I'll see you really soon. So, going home now on the train. Take care. Bye for now.
Don't forget Sparkle.